Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, good evening once again. Today we are live again for another exciting conversation, and this one we are doing today is very important. Of course, it is very important as an Edo son and Edo daughter. I think this conversation we want to do today, it affects every one of us. It concerns every one of us, and if you say this one does not concern you, then you are actually wrong. Thank you very much for joining this live video. If you are seeing this video, please share this Real Matters Facebook live section. And of course, today we shall be discussing on the role of the government in promoting art, culture, and tourism in Edo State. You see, if you love Edo State and if you are a son and a daughter of Edo State, this conversation concerns every one of us, and it is very important that a conversation like this is brought up at a point in time as this. We all know what has been trending on the media for over 3 days now, that pertains the visit of our great monarch, the Omonoba Nedokwa Akpolokpolo, when he visited Lagos, and he said something very profound, that Benin founded Lagos, and he took the message to them. He took it to them, and he told them that the Oni of Ife has nothing to do about it, and he has nothing to say about it. That means his position concerning that matter is undetestable. So it is very important that we as a people, we must learn to preserve culture, we must learn to preserve art, and of course we must learn to sell it to the world. That is tourism. You see, if certain things were not documented, by now a lot of controversy would have ravaged everywhere. And of course, if certain things were properly done, certain uprisings may not be coming up as we see it today. And ladies and gentlemen, please, I want you to understand that today is a very significant conversation we are having, and by the grace of God, I will be having my guest, Ambassador Uwa Kings Imadi, the CEO of Set TV. Every one of us know him. He is a brother, he is a true son of the Edo soil, and of course, he is someone who loves art, who loves culture, and he loves tourism. There is a lot that we need to talk about. Thank you very much for joining this video. Please, if you are seeing this video, I would like you to share it so that others can be part of it. Others can be part of it. Today we are going to be talking about how the government can, incorporate with our traditional council to preserve our art, culture, and tourism. We have a lot of history in Benin. As a matter of fact, if government can harness our rich cultural heritage, the IGRO generated from tourism is enough to keep Edo State running. Take it or leave it. There are countries in this world who solely depend on internal generated revenue. You understand? And one of those countries is the popular Dubai. Dubai that you hear, Dubai. It is a tourist nation, and you see the influx of people going to Dubai to see, just to see, and a lot of money is being spent. We can replicate that in Edo State. Edo can be the second Dubai. When you go to Benin, there is a lot of art, culture, and tourism there. When you go to Esanland, the same thing. When you go to Edo North, Auchi, Okbela, Ososo, and all those areas, there are a lot we the Edo people have to give out in terms of culture, art, and tourism. But the challenges we've been having over the time is a government that has a sense of direction towards promoting art, culture, and tourism in our state. So ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to this show, and please, you can as well support what we are doing by sharing this video, and by the grace of God, we will soon start receiving stars. So when you see our videos, you can support us by sending your stars. And I will not fail to forget and announce that on the 29th of December, a mega show is coming up in Benin, which is being hosted by FP Entertainment. That is the show of Esther Edokpayi and Two-Face Idibia in Benin at the Civic Center. we as Edo people, we must learn to support and promote our own. Thank you for joining this video. Please, if you have seen this video, share it, let it go far, let it go viral, so that every stakeholder in Edo can be a part of this vision, can be a part of this drive. A lot of things, a lot of negligence have entered in our art and in our culture over the years, but we are doing our best to bring it up, to bring it to the awareness of the relevant authorities, the need why our cultural heritage should be preserved. And of course, our cultural heritage can as well be exported, can as well be exposed to the general public. So that is why we are doing what we are doing. I am IK King News. You can follow my page on Facebook and on YouTube. So today we are doing it live with Ambassador Uwa King Imadiji, and we are expecting him to join us any moment from now. We are expecting him to join us any moment from now. And by the help of God, we will be doing a lot. We'll be discussing a lot in this conversation. Yes. So as we were saying, Edo is rich in art. Edo is rich in culture. We must not dispute that fact. We must not disagree with that, because we all know that the foundation of Edo is all about culture. It's all about art. It's all about tourism. When you go to Igun in Benin, you will see beautiful works of art over there. You see a lot of carvings. You see a lot of paintings. You see a lot of bronze work. And of course, when you go around the city of Benin, you see a lot of monuments. The Oba head, the Oba and his guard, the Asoro statue in Ring Road, the Mwemwe statue at Apapa Road by Ted Junction. You see the story surrounding the invasion that the British expedition of Benin. Everything is all incorporated into art. And of course, we all understand that sometime around last year, the Benin Traditional Council received the Oba head and the cockre from the British Museum and the German University, if I'm not mistaken. And it was an historical event in Benin, because over 100 years ago, those artifacts were stolen from our ancestors and some of them were returned. So these are some of the things we shall be talking about in this conversation. Like I said, if you are a son and a daughter of Edo State, this conversation concerns you. So let's keep the ball rolling, and we shall be having a very wonderful conversation tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still waiting for our guest to join us, and by the grace of God, he will be joining us any moment from now. He will be joining us any moment from now. He will be joining us any moment from now. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are still up live at Real Matters with IK King News. Real Matter with IK King News. And to those who have been supporting my page, those who call me, those who message me, those who follow me, may God richly bless every one of you. Please, this conversation is an important one. Write out your question, write out your ideas, write out your suggestion, and we shall be promoting Edo art and culture together as a people. Yes, it is our time for us to put effort together to, promote our art and promote our culture. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are still up live and we are waiting for our guest to join us any moment from now. Now, you see, in recent time, a lot have happened in these few days concerning history. And we cannot talk about art and culture without talking about history. These are historical events that we need to preserve so that we can be able to teach the forthcoming generation of the struggle and the victory of our ancestors. You understand? It has been a controversial issue on the media, talking about who own Lagos, who formed Lagos. Some people even try to drag the story back to Oduduwa, Oromia, and all of those things, the Ogiso dynasty, and so on and so forth. But we must learn to understand that when history is properly preserved, it passes from generation to generation. Okay, it passes from generation to generation, and of course, this is what we are aiming at in this live video section today. And by the grace of God, we shall be touchlighting various aspects of culture, tourism, and art. You understand? It boils down to even speaking our local language. When we are growing up as a people, when I was in secondary school, JSS 1, we have a class those days. They call it Edo class. Our teacher comes in and teach us Edo language in school. But before I left secondary school, they just abandoned our language. They abandoned Edo language. It was no longer part of the curriculum, and it has affected us a lot. You understand? Because Edo were Amana Zewoman are we, because our language is part of our history. Our language is part of our heritage. And of course, our language is part of our identity. And a lot of times, so many people don't even understand the significance of wearing or dressing in our, in our local form of dressing. You get it? Like, for instance, when we were growing up, we were made to understand that young girls or young women are expected to have their wrappers to their chest, not exposing any part of their body. But today, the narrative has changed, because while over the years, we have not been able to preserve that culture. We have not been able to preserve our sense of being. A lot of time we want to imitate the West, forgetting that the Western world we are trying to imitate, they are 100%. Thank you very much for joining this video. The Western world we are trying to imitate, they are 100% envious of who we are. If they do not love what we have, if they do not envy what we have, if waiting when they do not they enter their eye, why did they steal away our artifact? It should be a question on our mind. They didn't steal it away because they were expensive. No. If they stole it for the purpose of the worth of it, they would have sold a lot of them many years ago. But they took these things and they preserved them in their own museum. When you go to the British Museum today, you see a lot of our artifacts over there. Why? Because they envy who we are. But we as a people who own the culture, who own the tradition, we are undermining who we are. That is why you see today a lot of people are not even proud to speak the local language. You will see a Benin man who is not proud of speaking Benin. You see someone who goes abroad, gives birth to 3 or 4 children, none of them has a Benin name. None of them can speak the Benin language, simply because if we say Ewebo Marije. We must learn to start changing that narrative, and we must learn to preserve art, culture, and tourism, because it is our time for we as a people to do the needful. And of course, we must draw the attention of the government, and we must draw the attention of our traditional council to look into all these things. Yes, so for that reason, this conversation today is going to be a very interesting one, and I bet you write out your question. Gabiye Comedy Vibes Master, thank you for joining this conversation. If you are seeing this video, share it. Like I said before, if you are a son of Edo land, if you love Edo, if you love Edo State, if you love Benin, this conversation concerns every one of us, because we cannot undermine what our ancestors were able to achieve over the years. We cannot undermine what our ancestors were able to do over the years in terms of culture, art, tourism, and all of those things. And by the grace of God, my guest is already here. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Obota, Obewa.
Baba Domo.
Koyo.
Domo, sir.
Obewa.
Wesley.
Yeah. Obewa.
Domo.
Uh-huh.
So, sir,
Nika
before
Odeba
we
we.
proceed, before we proceed, please just introduce yourself to the audience. Let them know you and your personality.
Uh, well, we will try to speak general language because of a lot of audience that are not Benin. But I know that majority are Benin's. Uh,
Yes.
so Edo audio, Edo asogo one, Edo we audio. It can't about to ask niggas yet and be anymore ambassador uwa imadi na na boya be he the CEO Oge Ause TV. Ause TV. Kira na be to ye domu na be mu ehia we o ma keke ne mi na ya be gima. So we soteme wato.
Uwese Baba.
Yeah.
So, Baba Domo, you see, Edo where Uje Ranama, and you as a person, you are a man who has worked over the years to promote and showcase the rich cultural heritage in Edo State. So, what can you say, like your experience so far for the period of time that you've been into the business of showcasing our culture? What can you say has been your achievement over the years? Have you brought an awareness to the people? Are the people embracing what you are doing? So, what have been the achievement over the years?
Well, yeah, to me, I would say it's better day by day, getting better day by day, unlike the way it used to be. Before now, you don't see any youth or any young person that want to identify with any of our traditional stuff or even up to music. Up to music. You see,
Hmm.
but I, for the little time, I mean, for the time I've spent in championing this cause of saying, let me take this as a responsibility to make sure we protect, we sustain our culture. Uh, I've been able to influence a lot of people. First of all, let's go by way of dressing. Way of dressing
Hmm.
is not just taken out of wearing a buluku, agbada, and all that. Yeah, it's still part of our tradition. But if the youth believe that we cannot wear all that always, but there are souvenirs that make people know that you are Benin. So that is why you
Hmm.
see the way I put on beret with the India mask symbol,
Yes.
so many other features, you know. So I think it's gradually getting better. You now see a lot of youth identifying with it, with our culture these days, and we still have to do more.
Mm-hmm. Baba
Yeah,
Uwesi. Wealthy. So, talking about the way of dressing, because before you came to the live video, I was just sharing with the audience that in those days, I'm Edomiku, that it was in the curriculum. Edo language was being taught in schools, the primary school and secondary schools. But at this point in time, we don't see things like that again because the topic we are actually discussing is the role of government in preserving art, culture, and tourism. You understand? Because we know as a people that Edo is rich in art and culture. But you see, at this point in time, we have not been able to sell this culture to the world so that the world
yeah.
can see how beautiful it is and, of course, be a partaker of it. So, these are some of the things we'll be talking about. So, let's talk about the importance of teaching Edo language in our academic institutions.
Well, it's very funny when we are discussing an issue like this. We are speaking English, and most cases, I always explain this in my program that the reason we are speaking English in their program is because of those that are not Beninese that are following us, and a lot of people want to know this Edo language as well, and so by so doing, we have a lot of followers that are not Beninese. So back to your question, we still have to put a lot of effort to make sure that to let our parents know that the importance of teaching our children our language. I keep saying one thing: how will you feel when you are in a crowd and you want to talk to your child so that you don't want any other person to hear what you want to tell your child? You cannot. But you see the Yoruba person speak their Yoruba, you will not hear. Hausas will speak theirs, Igbos will speak theirs. But with the Beninese, we cannot communicate with our own children. So those are the things we are using to let them know that this is very important to teach our children. It has nothing to do with their being brilliant in school or not. Are
At
you
all.
understanding me? See, like I said the other time, I was opportune to meet with Professor Wole Soyinka. Okay, I found myself in his house. I went with a senior person in the industry, and Professor Wole Soyinka and his children, they are all scholars. They are scholars, but you can never hear them speak English at home. They are Yoruba fluently. But the truth is that it's not just a battle that will be done in 1 second. We all have to bring our minds together to make sure that we achieve it. I did a program recently, I just said not too long why I asked a question. Those days when our children finish eating, the female children will say Eregwe Baba, while the male children will say Kada Baba. How many of us is experiencing that these days? So what are we really doing about it to make sure that all these things will not go into extinction? So all of us have to put our hands on deck. Now make sure we be ma. Yeah. I am a victim. But today I thank God with my yet is there. Kakabo. I made a mistake enough. So we are not struggling in my lad. You know, understand me now? So that but the important thing is that everybody have accepted the fact that let us start making sure we are bringing them back into our golden language. Are you understanding me now? So if all of us draw the rope like that to say now we have taken it as a point of duty to make sure our children learn how to speak this our Edo language. You do so, I do so, but Nobakai did so, and Osage did so, doing it. You will see that eventually we will achieve all our goals. So
Yes. Well, see, now, you see, these old things, I personally, I believe it starts from naming our children. You understand? Because those days when I was growing up as a child, during naming ceremony, we go to people's house. I will the parlor or Terudu. Those days.
yeah.
Wàá tí ọmọ náà awẹ ìṣe òṣàsùn rẹ gbéra bíà iṣẹ́ ràjẹsí every year. Now it has it, things like that have just went into thin air. Even those days when we were growing up, I can still remember because I grew up in the Ely quarters in St. Saviour. During Igwe festival, you see these young ladies doing this where they come to our door, 5 a.m. in the morning. They start singing, you start hearing their voices outside the house. Then our parents open the door, give them some token, they give you the leave, prayers is being exchanged and all of those things. It was beautiful, but now a lot of those things went into extinction, and that is the reason why we shall be using the media to call on relevant authorities like the government and the traditional council to, bring back those things. Because there's what they call ubi, ubi, and we were made to understand that ubi is a kind of prayer that is being done by the people to rebel against evil forces that or the community as it were. So these are a lot of things that we actually need to bring back into our our you know being, our existence.
Yes. Let me tell you this. The truth is that we all, like I said earlier, we all have a role to play. Sorry, I'm in the car. I was driving when I saw that the time that we agreed. I just said, let me park and be part of this great work you are doing. Obioba, the governments have to really play a role in all this, because if you look at all we are doing this individually. Are you understand?
Yes.
So until we accept that this is an Edo state, Edo is not just only the Edo speaking language.
Yes.
People. We have the Kukurukus, we have the Akoko Edo, Abeg Bankewe here. But even when there is this controversy here and there that is going on, the fact still remain there. Okay? So if government can take it upon themselves that this whole thing have to be bring into the school curriculum, where you can have a dual language, you can have it will be difficult to do. I remember how many houses or how many schools, how many kids they give to a student or a pupil for speaking vernacular. That is the English, the word they were using there. Vernacular. I remember in my primary school days, Amuelo Yogo was if you speak vernacular, you pay social amount, which is 2 kobo or how many kobo then, as the case may be. Anyway, so gone are those era. Now I don't think it's still right to punish a student or a pupil in school for speaking vernacular. Are you understand?
Yes.
Because by the time you punish them for it, you are letting them know it's an abomination to speak that language. So until we approach it from that angle, I don't think it's going to be very easy to manage. Do you understand me now? They should have a time for language. They should have a time for the English. Are you getting me? So yes. That is my take about that aspect. If you recoin your question again, I want to say we don't have any other option than to make it work. Are you understanding me? To make it work. Let's come to the monument. It's not just sitting there and talking about it. When a child sees that the statue that is in center of this road, all of a sudden they see that government officials came, they are cleaning it up, maintaining it again. He or she wants to know the importance of that statue. Why are they taking care of this place like this? Are you understanding me?
True.
Why are they taking this? My daughter asked me when she saw Eden store Edo Stand Up for Eden, which is my project I'm doing. The second edition is coming, which is February 14th by the grace of Osano Odua. She said, "Daddy, who is Eden?"
You see,
I was always seeing this picture and the statue in your. And I thought that Yedotai, Domano Eden. And I corrected her, and I tried in that time go carry them, go hona sacrifice life. This is in the my. Are you understanding me? Then that described where you have the statue. The day they were not coming from school, they stopped over to get something from the market. That little girl was able to identify the statue by the side of Oba Market because she saw the photograph in some of my whatever. I understand. So if we can all do this, make it important. There are some monuments that is in your area. A child wake up in the morning, going to school, sees that the place is messed up. Nobody's concerned. I was in Miwa when I was doing some of my water store production. I met that somebody shed a rubber slippers that he was selling on top of that fence. And the place kept. They turned it to a trading place, a point where they don't have to shed their rubber slippers on top. I went there and I pushed, thank God it was not a perishable goose, maybe, but even if it's 12, but I was able to react the way I can. Are you understand? By scattering away from that fence, I said, do you know where is this? Did you know where? If the council, if the local government council or whatever that's supposed to be in charge or the government is not, you don't do this. Take everything away. And one other man in that area came to join me. You get me?
Yes.
But behold, after he left, give or take, again, maybe 20 minutes time or there, but he'll go reshed again. Or what don't know it. Are you understand?
Yes.
So if all of us take it to as a point of duty, let us fight this cause. The little we can do through media by going to as far, going to villages, going to everywhere to bring some historical facts out for our children to know. Even a lot of our youth, adults that don't even know about it before now. Are you understanding me? So there are a lot of things our children don't know. When I did a research and I came up with this, far away Japan is originated from Benin Kingdom. A lot of people were like frowning. How? I beg. You see a lot of Benin persons. They will be the one that will even argue it more. Me. So when I said that, I was able to let them know that the Japanese, they greet Domo. The Beninese greet Domo. The same meaning. The Japanese answer Osato. The Beninese answer Osato. The Japanese answer Osakai. The Benin answer Nosakai.
True.
The Japanese answer Osuki. The Beninese answer Osuki. The Japanese call dog Kita. The Beninese call Site Kita. The Japanese call water Ame. The Beninese call it Ame. You can say those are coincidence.
Never.
If you type the question to Google, what was the former name of the capital city of Japan? The answer, the former name of the capital city of Japan was Edo.
True. I've seen it. I've read that. I've read something.
Edo period lasted for nearly 260 years. Before 1868, it was renamed Tokyo because the seat of power moved to Kyoto. If you type another question to Google, my brother, what is the link between Japan and Benin Kingdom? The question to Google, what is the link between Japan and Benin Kingdom? They will refer you to the time of Ogiso, the Sky King.
Yeah.
And the Japanese called their emperor, King of the Sky. What is the meaning of Ogiso in English? The Sky King. Ogienorisu. Okay? The Japanese are pure warrior clan. The Beninese are pure warrior clan. Till today, the Japanese still call their railway Edo Railway. Till today, the Japanese still call their museum Edo Museum.
You can imagine.
So, till today, you still have Edo Crescent, Edo this, Edo that in Japan. But we, the Benin, never read it in Google. You will still see some Benin people say, no, man, Yedo. What is Yedo? Are you understanding me?
Yeah.
What is Yedo? The spelling you saw is not Y, it's EDO, Edo. Are you understanding? So the truth is that until we, the Edo people, accept the fact that this is who we are, it's because some of our Edo persons are undermining our Edo, where he or she knows that is where he came from. That is why you see no natives. Because of your dog part of river, no man, no mighty, understanding. So those are the things we really need to work on. We really need to. And Edo is Siagbon. Nanaka wo banya Bamabata in Yayaka. Are you? Oh, it ain't no bad. You get me? So, English is general language. Where if somebody cannot speak English, as well as but I've been able to see that a lot of scholars, a lot of superstars, a lot of key people in the society in different countries, when they are interviewing them, they speak their language. The best they can do for us is to subtitle in English. But back here, if you cannot speak English, or where you're supposed to put is, you now put something else, they will laugh at you. They will bust. It's hey, you know. Now here it is news, but in a lot of developed world, mostly if it's not an English-speaking country, English have nothing to really do there. Are you understanding me?
Sir, you see, you've been talking about we have to as a people,
Yes.
we have to put in effort, we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to try and all of those things.
Yes.
But you see, we have an institution which is the government, and I know that in government there is what they call Commissioner for Art, Culture, and Tourism. All right.
Yes.
You see,
yes.
One of the problems we've been having over the years in Nigeria and in Edo State is many a times the square pegs are not being placed in a square hole. That means to say a government can come into power today and just see somebody because of maybe past relationship or whatsoever, they make that person a commissioner to a cause which the person does not really understand the purpose why he or she is being put in that office. And it has been a challenge. And that is the reason why we must try to change the narrative by all means. You see,
well,
if it is possible, because all these things you have been talking about, government have 90% role to play. For instance, when you go through Benin today, you see that a lot of our monuments are being abandoned. Some of them have already broken down. The last person that renovated those things, according to my knowledge, was the administration of Adamu Shomole.
Yes.
You see, since that time till now, no renovation, no nothing. And of course, the government, they are able to set up tax force that can collect vehicle, illegal parking, this one, that one, but they have not been able to set up a task force that can look after this monument. Looking after it in such a way that it's not by restricting people from taking pictures of it or getting close to it. But you see, one of the things that have been a challenge in the dilapidation of our monuments in Benin over the years is poster. You see, when Oshomole renovated the monument around Ring Road, not up to a month, all these people that do advert, a poster hour. But so doing, the paint was getting faded. A lot of things, you see people who are not mentally stable, they will just go and make the monument their homes. You understand? And these are the things which the local government should look after, because I understand that every local government, either one or two monuments must be. Let's talk about the Benin moat. The Benin moat is part of our history. It's part of our being as a people. But today, every of our moat is a dump site. You see, government has to come in. A lot have gone wrong in preserving culture and tourism, and we are using this platform to call on every relevant authority to wake up to the responsibility to make things right. It is never too late. So, sir, let's talk about the Benin moat. What do you think can be done to, make that Benin moat to look like what people hear about it?
Well, we can't talk about all this without the government, like you said. Benin moat, it has been the pride of Edo. The moat dug by Oba Adolo, around the Benin. So it's so unkept, like we know. If you go to new Benin houses, the Mission Road houses, you will see the moat by near immediately after Downsing Junction in Mission Road, where the traffic light, before Wosheri Junction. There's a moat there.
Yes.
You will see the way we're protected with some metal work. Yes. Thinking that that's due to all the boats. At least, who is passing on the road will not just see the nonsense. like you said, when they even did that thing, it was like it was prepared for advert for them. People were going there to paste their posters here and there. And that is where the government still needs to come in. If you sanction 1 or 2 persons for going to post a poster there, the third person that wants to try it will withdraw. Are you understanding me?
True.
But I don't know what is really happening when the government will not want to exercise the powers that is within them to sanction whoever that.
See, what I feel is happening is because government has not attached importance to culture, art, and tourism. Reason being that there are some countries in the world like Dubai, they solely depend on tourism for their IGR.
So back to the moat. The truth is, you made mention of square peg in a square hole. We all know that the politics of this part is who supported me will benefit my government. Are you understanding me?
Yes, sir.
But if somebody is picked and you are given a portfolio to handle as a commissioner, and you feel you are not too good in that aspect, I've seen it. It was in this state, or rather, a doctor, a medical doctor, was made a commissioner for agriculture. I don't want to mention names. It was in this state, a medical doctor, practicing medical doctor, was made a commissioner for agriculture. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So, but now, anybody that found his or herself in that kind of a position, and you know that, oh, probably I'm not too grounded, but nothing wrong if you move to look for somebody that can assist, even if anybody did not know, but you should have an advisor that is grounded in that field. Are you understanding me?
Sir.
That will tell you, do it this way and do it this way. There's nothing wrong. I don't want to mention names. Somebody got an appointment not too long. They were talking to be in charge of this arts culture and all this stuff. And as they were, I said, the person said, no, I not to know this thing. No. And somebody gave the person my number, said, go and look for this man. He will be able to assist you for the period you are going to be. And I was shocked. The person called me and introduced himself, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, let's try to see in my office. And he came, we sat down. And I said, yes, this is a very good one. If you get this kind of a position, try to reach who can assist that you believe is inside the business, or that is inside the business is different from the person that have passion for it, that really know it. Are you understanding me? So we strategize. This is the first thing you can carry out. This is the first this you do first. Let's do the and it's under the pipeline now. So what if anybody gets such a position from probably because the person that is in power, the governor or the local government chairman or whoever, say, oh, this person tried for me when I was campaigning. Let me give, I don't see anything wrong there. But the person should be able to source for people that are into that field to work with. But some you see them having the pride, no, I will do it alone. I will do this alone. At the end of the day, 4 years to complete, you won't be able to show anything. That is what I see here. We travel a lot. I got back. This program was supposed to be live from all the way from Ososo now. But something came up. I entered Benin last night. Okay? Because for another program, do film festival, whatever that is going on today. I said, since I'm less busy in Ososo now, let me just come down to Benin. Now, if we are all doing this, we don't need any prophet to tell us that the monuments we have in Benin should be well taken care of. Are you understanding me now?
Yes, sir.
We laugh at some like BDC and others. Oh, I went to BDC, I made them use a generator. Yes, because it became a news because they are supposed to give us light. They themselves not even have the light.
Mm-hmm.
So arts and culture sees that this thing is like this. Let's call. Sometimes I keep saying government cannot do it all.
True.
Government cannot do it all. Let's call them an individual. Let's draw out. Okay, let's raise funds to make sure we keep all these things in good look. Are you understanding me?
Yes,
And
sir.
before you know it, see where many individuals, spirited, do people, and all we want to support. Are you understand? Government cannot do it all. Let's have that first. And you might even see that maybe the commissioner on board, as it were, she's pushing out some good ideas. Let's do it. Maybe one or two persons say, hold on. Maybe one superior says, no, hold on. That is one thing I say about this Nigeria government. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If a local government chairman bring a very beautiful project to do, you will see the person on top of the state will say, no, this project will hold on first. Are you getting me now?
Yes.
It's not that the city did not have the thinking of the idea. So those are the things we really need to check out first. Because I don't think there's anybody that will be in a position like that that will not know that, oh, Jamamie Sami Wabuselu needs a well touched. It's supposed to be a monument.
True.
Just go there and see what you have there. Are you understanding me?
Yes, sir.
Then look at all these Owiyoba in Uselu. They are good, like you said, lunatics don't use them at their houses. Are you understanding me?
Mm-hmm.
So, we again, your role,
yes.
Are you understand? We know people that have passion about this whole thing. Let's do a collective effort, maybe call a stakeholder meeting. Let's discuss how to do this thing. Everybody traveling here, they must cross Benin to their various parts.
True.
I travel to Calabar, I travel to other Paracord, you see monuments. You must want to ask questions, what is happening there? What is here about?
Mm-hmm.
But Edo own is not like that. Maybe, am I way beseva, but the truth is this.
We are creating an awareness. That is the essence of what we are doing.
Yeah.
That is why I said government must collaborate with our traditional council, because we cannot run away from the fact that the traditional council are the custodian of cultural monuments, as it were.
Yeah.
You understand? It's just that the government needs to come in, because the government has the resources to do the needful. You understand? But those who are the custodian of these things is actually our traditional council. That means I am using this platform, as me and you they talk now. We are calling on every Enigi in various locations that has any monument around their terrain to take it upon themselves to preserve it for the generation that is forthcoming.
Yes, that is it. That is what I said, that it's going to be a collective effort. If such laws are bring into it, that I travel a lot, even if I go to villages, fine, but I travel a lot. Okay? When you see some monuments, I was in what is it called? Ugbine. The last place where Vorames rested before he was taken to Calabar. The place he asked for water. I could not even access the Osun where the water was taken from.
You can imagine.
I could not access it. Covered with grasses. Let's clear it. I've got to commend the Ugbine people as well, though it was when I made them know that I'm coming there for my documentary, whatever that I'm doing. Nobody is sponsoring it. Are you understanding me? It's a self-effort thing and all that. They went to clear around the Captain Philip tomb and all that. But that of the Osun was, I could not access the place. I only just stand there inside here, where you have the Osun, that the water that Uvurame asked for.
Wait, were they able to tell you that the Osun is still there, or it has dried up?
I was told that the shrine is still there. I was told it's still inside there.
And that location has a traditional ruler.
Yes, I could not even. Let me tell you this. Some of this community, they are doing a lot of self-effort. Let me be frank with you.
I understand.
They are doing a lot of self-effort. They are trying, from what I saw. They quickly went to clear, do all the things they needed to do to make sure we are able to access the place. But the truth is, we must find a way to, because the offices that is in charge of this, in charge of that, should be able to have a memo that will say, oh, this is what we are doing for this semester or for this year, to do this, to do this. But that is why I said, the person there as a commissioner or as a local government chairman may have the idea to do it. But you will not see that the other bigger office will say, no, we cannot do it now. Hold on. That's the problem we have.
You see, in recent times, we heard on the news that the governor, Governor Godon Obaseki, created a Edo Traditional Council with the aim of making the Enogies to be independent in discharging their duties, not being subordinate to the palace. You understand? You see, that move is just how do I call it? I don't know. It's a rebellious move in the part of the government. If he has created Edo Traditional Council in a way to look into things like this, it would have been laudable.
No, let me come in from oil no matter aware or enwine and when I'm at baby all wagi ye no women so na baka no I no ogba are you understand me? No here any car get back on every soon or back me do a new gear can do I think do I traditional ruler.
True.
So if not really what I like in governance is a tenureship thing. Not really now. No, they back where think my way now this cannot go on. I revoke this. You know?
True.
So you know where so na bizugbe. Are you understand?
Yes.
Na bizugbe. Even only if ni ya mure ni beno ya kan good roads, we know ya kan good amenities, ya dole historical sites here yi we do. Don't emu sore do awa vi boy your yeke where no water na enige monument ya na area wa me ya ya dole ya yi na me we target access even the tourists is supposed to be area or so give me no osabo ayokuta wo oh man boy
I've been there.
Yeah, give me no sabo ayokuta but still it's still not put into use well. Natural monument like that, a natural stuff. See what nature could do with stones. With due respect to the governor of the state, that move to me, as a true Benin son, is a very wrong move to say enige this is that. Enige no be enigbe. They win the see gbebo. Ni ma be enigbe bo be ya yegbe wo. I you understand me? Yes. Enika ekwe, ediendo ekwe, no stop. So no yoba, uwesi, uyo.
You see, I was telling somebody a few days ago, on another calling, that I told the person where I feel it is our time. The traditional council awaken the real Benin spirituality, because in such a manner that when he speaks, or how a dead bonama
yes,
you understand? So I believe that spirituality should be awakened, because a lot of things have gone wrong over the years. For example, a big word denania. All those things are part of our being.
But I don't till our name because of religion or civilization. I don't know what to connect it to. But you see, those are the things that made us who we are. I don't know if you understand. And I believe it's that time for our traditional council to awaken the Edo spirituality to its fullest, in the sense that one day, I must tell you, my parents, you cannot even mention the word Oba, because he let you know whatsoever you are saying now, he will hear.
Yes.
I don't know if you understand, but today, anybody, any person can just come to social media and say whatever they like, and you know, I don't understand. So these are this is why I am so passionate about
Yes.
you know, bringing bringing back things that we've neglected over the years. You understand? Bringing back things we've neglected over the years.
Okay, let me take it from there. Oba Atokpe. Let me tell you. Ekemeke coinire. Mami okwe social media no do rena. Owe mi no manobu. Overi ya mi no bu.
True.
Ya gia do hen we. Imai mo bom mie de we. Aru okba we yenwanyo ri yensie. Itabe imi. Where in if you peg gear or beyond. Imai mi no la de ando eze. But so compano. Iya ya no duekina. We mai no erwa ya hiri. Okia tu ni ka oweri o. Ayo. Isaac Morioba odo wa keriore.
True.
That monarchical system that is very, you must see people jealous that stool Oba is only one. We already know Oba after this. We already know the next one after. It's not like that in every other places.
Mm-hmm.
They are all political.
Mm-hmm.
Are you understanding me?
Yes.
So why won't you, even within us, within some persons, some Benin people, they jealous that stool. They jealous it. So that is why you see some Benin persons not yet me here though. Ni fala o. About one egbe. Ni do a file merena. Ene ya file rena ni ya le yuria o. Amia o. Why ga go lige YouTube, go lige Facebook. Udo where in New York ya attack me. Keno giwa o. Kuwa o. E no orwa wa bo keke. Magire magani. Ogema tie boy nika o. So remember many. Eno ria ye. Obedo ugboriri. You know.
Kakabo.
Bi. No. O na ya fe no gi lo adabe bene. Ya so tegbo say ya. Ya lo adabe bene. Edo ya.
You know.
Toto by do ya. Ebo where the smile of a goat head inside the pepper soup pot does not mean all is well. What kind of? Yeah, Kalone, where do I the Facebook? Yes, no, ita. You are talking from under the bed. Come out openly to engage whoever you want to engage, not social media thing, blah, 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 if you want to create content. So, yeah, with our being, by the time we make them relevant, so sometimes I don't even want to, understand? Because the more you comment, the more you say this, you are making them trend. You are making the money they want from YouTube they are getting it. I think that is the purpose they are doing all this. The few ones that are doing it. Oba talk me.
Now, let's talk about Ipoba River as part of our monument. You see, egani manangwa wani masu iminoredo amiye motareko Kanu Ijambe Kanu amiye wibu You know. Now, the river as a case study, we have talked about the monument, we have talked about the moat, we have talked about some of our artifacts, although we will still emphasize more on the artifact because that is where we'll be closing this conversation for today. Ikpoba River as it stands, Ikpoba, everywhere Ikpoba flow la, it is nothing to write home about. Everywhere is being taken over by grasses. Lewebo Agbengaze, the machine raw, my Agbengaze, our Agbengaze, you know, and I don't know why. I will still continue to call on government. I don't know why
you can't take government. You cannot take
so much. You see, in Germany naturally, Germany has no water body. Every water you see in Germany today, artificial water form. If people can create artificial river and maintain it, how much more you that just have to maintain what is there naturally? You see, Ikpoba River can be developed in such a way that all men beach, Ekenimaya relax, looking beautiful, generating money to the state. You see, our government in area they turn a blind eyes to what can generate money. They are struggling for Igo na Mieweki, Nikweki Rire as IGRO, Kekele tax in a civil servant. Of which
you see, River. If you go back to some of my posts, not quite long, I did a story on Ikpoba River. I took my camera there. I showcased it to the world to see that is in the shadow of itself. Every not take keke, no aye, every oye. Every no time, banner where equipment to run a agne guys, no ya, no ya, expand. Ikpoba River is as an ogoko, no.
True.
You see, sometimes when we criticize some government in the past, we have the motive, the mind towards it before. I'm not here to unite anybody. A government, I don't want to start mentioning them, a government of that time that said they want to drench the river. They want to drench the river, taking equipment there to try to drench the river, though it was not successful. But if such an attempt was made by other successive government, maybe they would achieve what that very particular government was trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get me.
Yes, sir.
Instead, we were looking at it from one angle that government will not power, we should not just look at one-sided. Maybe one thing we are away now, but maybe work. Are you understand? No, they what's the no why did he fail? So that you cross you dot your I's and cross your T. Igbo ma koni ya dot it ya cross it also work. When okay be udo game no ma fail in fail not fail ya we I achieve it. That river is in the center of Benin now. Again, they always ask it, but the center here now. Go and check. That place is very unkept. In my camera, I can interview no Ikpoba, Ikpoba, interview where I don't understand me. That Ikpoba River was so popular. The Portuguese or Ate Tukboni, Nagiti Akpakpavara. That's the name of that road before, Ikpoba Road.
Yes.
When Key Square, it takes you to Ikpoba River. That's
Yes.
why that road was Ikpoba Road. But over 500 years ago, when the Portuguese came, when they built the church, you're now known as the Ole Arosa Cathedral,
Yes.
which became the first church in West Africa.
Yes.
And they were not staying in that church. And they named that church Villa.
Mm-hmm.
And those days, you don't call men of God pastor, reverend, or bishop. Those days. You don't call men of God pastor, reverend, or bishop. Men of God are known as Papa. Men of God are known as. So when Papa Idahosa of blessed memory started using the word Papa, I know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
From, okay? So when they were staying in that cathedral, that church, and they needed to rename that road that the church was situated, they now rename it from Ikboba Road to Papa Villa Road.
Wow.
Papa Road. But when the Beninese want to pronounce it, it was difficult for them to pronounce. They end up calling it Akpakpava Road instead of Papa Villa. So Akpakpava Road now masters the road. Just like the way the Beninese could not pronounce the Portuguese, they end up calling it Portuguese. So Ikboba Road was, that river was what they used in identifying that road before, Ikboba Road. So there is nothing wrong if a government is able to create an artificial, can I use the word artificial beach?
True. Artificial our technology raw.
That is what government of the public, I don't want to mention it so that it will not look like I am trying to campaign or do one thing for somebody. A governor had that idea in the past, how many years back? But even when the process failed, but I believe other governors that have come should check why that thing failed. Instead of a place that's supposed to be developing more, is shrinking. Are you aware it's shrinking?
Mm-hmm. It's becoming narrow.
Narrow. So those are the things we need to check. So the government will not be out of this. We must always bring them in. Government must come into all this.
True.
Design. Feasibilities test. Possible. Why not spend that money there to really see how that place can be used for a tourist attraction where people come and relax in the sand, see water, which is where they call beach.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of beaches that they created, which is not natural. It's everywhere. So why can't we achieve such a thing in a city center like this, Ikboba? Is it wrong to have Ikboba Beach in Benin? I rest my case in terms of that, my brother. What?
You see, we've said a lot, and please, ladies and gentlemen, if you are seeing this video, please share it so that others can join, and we are discussing the role of government in preserving our art, culture, and tourism in Edo State. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, Edo State, we know that we have the art, we have the culture, but we are unable to sell it out to the world. For example, in the Western world, at Halloween, during the Halloween, you see them wearing a lot of masks to demonstrate different character. But back home, costume of it, for example, or church, at a pastor, a fetish pastor, simply because he was with a members of Rieso, Niaje, Radiate Church. You understand? We have so much put religion into our culture, thereby making our culture look satanic in the eyes of people, instead of us to harness the beauty of it, to harness the richness of it. You understand? But we are not doing that. We are using religion to say, but now you will see Father Christmas in December. TV has one. Father Christmas going to school. We are not condemning it, but you see, Orima, this people, some other things like that. One day, my mother used to tell me where I'm at here.
Yeah.
Understand?
Ulaga.
You see?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
but I was told, because why? As life begins to progress, Anna abolish with style because of the introduction of religion. That is why I am saying that we as a people must call the attention of the government and our traditional council. Okay, see one event that happened recently. A community near Ikboleki, I've forgotten the name of the community. I think you were there. You recorded some of the events.
This Ikpobail now, I remember. I had the Yamba, Owe.
Now you see, they did Ikboleki, and there was a lot of controversy during the preparation of that event, because I saw in the news that before that Ikboleki, they went to a certain place in that community, that they should pack those things and leave. And those that couldn't comply, the youth of the community brought it down. So it was a controversy on the media. People were saying, this thing is not called for. Why will people do this? Where were they before? This and that. You see, I don't know what do you see about things of that nature? We as a people trying to see our tradition as being devilish, or our sense of being as being devilish. What do you see to that? For example, when they are mentioning my own biological father, you see? Then my other siblings have a temen audio. Where is because I hear audio, it is idolatry, where he will perform sacrifice, he will do this, he will do that. You know, I as a younger child in the family, I didn't have much to say because one of my brothers is a pastor. So in our time, I told my father, well, no, this thing has nothing to do with you being fetish or whatever, because the Bible will tell where old age is a glory to a man. You understand? So I'm okay to recognize where we send or your journey. That means to tell you where God has favored you amongst people. But if tomorrow my siblings did not allow him to go and do it, you understand? Because where I wear a neighbor, of which it is not so. So what do we say about these things? These are the areas where our traditional council needs to come up and, set the narrative straight.
Now, Owe Owano Bonere we to Emia we where. You see, Christianity, mostly a don video. I just came from Ososo. I was at festival in Igara.
Yes.
The other time. Abba Festival is once in 7 years.
Okay.
So I was there the recent one too as well, which I did about 6 days there. The passion one have for it. You pay hotel bills, you feed, you pay your crew, everything. Are you understand?
Yes.
It's the passion. But what I'm trying to say is that you will see a pastor with his Bible, participating in those festivals. I interviewed some of them. I have the video, I have the clips. I am pastor, so and so. Are you understand?
Yeah.
And the festival has to do with age group. Ariodion. Ariodion, we put on the same white. I have the clips. I will send some clips to you. I interviewed some of them. Pastor, man of God. I interviewed a man of God that have the biggest church in Nakoko Edo as a whole. When he threw light about the Abba Festival, you won't believe a man of God can talk. The days now, men of God are in me again. Are you understanding me? They been a man of God in Yakuwa. So, you see, you use your family. To me, I believe that one day your dad will realize that where if not
True.
Are you understand? So let them know that even Christianity, it was the Portuguese that brought Christianity to this part. This great woman, Noroma Hona, which is popularly called Festac. It Festac in 1977. When Nigeria hosted Festac 77, it was chosen as a symbol. but the original name is Queen Idiani Yesige,
Yes.
the mother of Obaisige. This woman and the son of Obaisige was the first family that accepted Christianity in this part.
You see?
If you look carefully to this, if you see the giant one of it, there are 11 heads.
Yes.
Now, if you count them, it's 11 heads. That represents the 11 Portuguese missionaries that brought Christianity.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
You will see a photograph of Obaisige where he used one hand to hold Ukhure and used the other hand to hold the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So we are letting them know that tradition is different from religion. Far, far different. But it's in this Benin, in the whole valley. I was invited in a church, and inside that church, the man of God, I discovered that the general of the church was an Igbo man. The second in command is a Benin man. But that day, it was the second in command that actually preached the message. I was in the congregation, and the message was they should not greet Ukunatuewewhere, Lamugun, Ladis. When I had to like Jesus. I mean, when I had to like Jesus. Ekoya Nagaria, man. But preach many. When I had to like Jesus. When Lamugun, Ladis, Ladat, anything outside La Jesus. It's against the will of God. You when we church work, we usher so blocky where petty when we go to. I told the usher, please, I need to leave here. Come on. And I came out. Unfortunately, I didn't drive my car. I went with somebody took me on his car. They didn't come out. I don't have option. I have to wait around outside. Until not quite long, the message they rounded up and they came out. And when they were coming, I discovered a majority were grumbling. That message guy, Bisha. That message guy. But who would have been able to send the message back to that man of God, so to speak, by when he sees 10, 15, 20 persons get up once, then they come out.
Mm-hmm.
Then he will know that the message he's preaching is not there. It's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you understanding me?
Mm-hmm.
One way to like Jesus. So what we are saying, with the Benins, we must work hard.
True.
I keep telling them, Christianity is not a bad thing. The male people that brought it, they mean well. But most people, they are not bastardizing the meaning.
True.
Family. For the sake of time, most Benin people don't know the significance of this same mask, like I told you.
True.
I don't have the time to be there. Now, this same woman is the only woman that I've ever gone to war to fight in honor of Benin.
Yes. Yes.
Do you know where she went to fight the war? No. She went to fight that war in Ida,
Yes.
in Kogi State.
Yes.
That's where she went to fight that war. She did not just conquer Ida. She ended up arresting their traditional ruler, brought him to Benin alive. A woman conquered Ida and arrested their traditional ruler, brought him to Benin alive. Got it to Benin. He pleaded with Obaisige that he should spare him. He doesn't want to die, and he doesn't want to go back to his people anymore. He wants to stay in Benin. He will be loyal to the Benins. And Obaisige saw reasons. Then he told him, since you said you will be loyal to the Benin, we will accept you as such. Since you were not by in your own place, you were king in your place, we will still honor you as such here. He now honor him with the area that is now known as Ogida.
Wow.
Ogida.
Yeah.
that is known as Ogida. That is why you don't have a Nogi in Nogida. It's Ogi, Ogida. Okay?
Yes.
This same woman stopped the killings of Queen Mother. Before now, before a crown prince in Benin become an Oba, before he's coronated, they will first of all kill the mother. But when it got to our time, she did everything to make sure it stopped. I don't know if we have time for this historical talk.
See, that is why I'm saying that the government must learn to use people that have the knowledge to fit into the Ministry of Art, Culture, and Tourism. Because why? Now, let's quickly talk about Igun. Street, the Igun Street and Igun art and bronze design. You see, I did a video post some time ago and I said Igun art can be institutionalized. That means to say, if government is really willing, there can be an institute where bronze casting can be learned as a certified profession. You see, because the government, they are not paying key attention to things like this. They are carried away by a revenue or a allocation of kabujare, having gone and bus driver, would they call it IGR, now you call it worky and a lot of those things. Even Oba Market is a monument. Oba Market itself is a monument. Agbado Market is a monument. Because I was told where again one day I was told where when you are in the palace, when you enter the palace gate, once you cross that gate, you don't hear whatsoever noise that is being made outside. You understand? So you see, we have a lot of things that the government can do. I told myself, I told some of my friends those days, if I have the opportunity to become governor in Edo State, the surrounding Ekenegwajeni will be a street of gold because the Oba wants it.
Yes.
I don't know if you understand. From the gate to the street, everything will be gold and it will be well protected. Because like you said, a lot of people, they do not have the passion for these things. That has been the challenge.
Yes. That has been the challenge. That has been the challenge because the truth must be told. You know, the truth must be told. The passion, if we have passion for it, you see, as you are talking, you say a lot of people will say, you are right, this. Yes. But I want all of us to join hands together to fight this cause. We may not be benefiting from it now, but it's going to help us tomorrow. Are you understanding me?
Yes, sir.
Because a lot of our children, they are gone. They are the young man. Something happened some time ago. Myself and my senior brother, Ambassador Lancelot Oduwa Imaswe, we were at rehab. There's a place called, I don't want to,
No problem, it's fine.
Names. We were somewhere where there was a section they brought out, rap your language. The DJ will play language. Anybody that is there that is from that part, we identify by dancing to it, you know. So they were doing it, they'll be playing languages, different language, blah, blah, blah. When they play Benin music, you know, people were like, a few persons anyway, it was not really too encouraging. But it never played, reached 1 minute or 2 minutes. A voice came out very loud from inside that crowd. I better want to remove this music.
Can you imagine?
Are you understanding me? And the DJ really stopped that music because there was a time whether they are paying for like 5 or 10 minutes each, you know. And the DJ stopped it, and everybody went to sit down. I said, never. Myself and Lancelot said, never. This is Benin land. That music must be played according to the time it's supposed to be played. So that cost a lot of some time of you know, the DJ was like not wanting to play it. We said no music we play here today.
True.
And before you know it, other Benin people were not joining us. This cannot happen in elsewhere. Our legs are on top of the Benin land. You will say our music is nothing? My brother, when we protest there, the manager came out and they told the announced, okay, they should play it. Play it according to for the period that 10 minutes or thereabout. We will dance, even if it's two of us alone, well, let's stay here and dance it for that 10 minutes. And when they finally played music, more Edo people pack out.
You can imagine.
To dance. Only to discover the boy that shouted, remove that Yemi was an Edo Pataki.
You can imagine.
Edo Pataki. People play more than the rest time himself. And I play, sorry. So what I'm trying to say, it's just like this fuel thing. When fuel was 65 naira, you see though they made this 57 naira. They made this 68 naira. Before you know it, naira per liter, 200 naira per liter. When everybody is uniform to unite to say we will not buy, these dealers and others will not have option. If we can drop. But there you will see the person that will say, if you don't want back, come over, I go buy. That has been the problem. If you don't want back, come over, I go buy. So until we all say not correct any after we Michael Banedo is a lie.
It's a lie.
Michael down. No. But you not see people abbreviating it. I type for Michael Banedo. Michael Banedo ya we me down.
Yes, that's the statement.
Work better. Michael Banedo ya we me down. But they will not start abbreviating it. I type for Michael Banedo. So all these things have to be put in place. First of all, passion. I like the passion you always put in this your program. Maybe definitely you need faster money if you try to bring promote other popular blah 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 blah. But you choose to promote your own. Are you understanding me now? This is the passion you have been able to put in. You have been able to put in that passion, and behold, you are a superstar in this whole field now. You are going wider now. Wider. Nika or you have your boy you were So now let us try to do the needful. Where's we about?
Well, sir. So, the last thing we would like to talk about, you are Ambassador Uwa Kings Imadiji, and before now, I used to see you presenting for Arose. Visit Edo. You were with Visit Edo, and currently, all of a sudden I saw a kind of change. Arose. Is Arose TV an extension of Visit Edo, or is there something that you would want the general public to know about? You're no longer being with Visit Edo, you are now Arose and stuff like that.
Okay, my brother, thank you so much for bringing that into this program. To me, change is constant. When agba man aleru vira agbo amame ma we so Visit Edo was actually a joint business.
Okay.
Joint business, partnership business, and which definitely agbo future. I mean, no win I say. More understanding.
Yeah.
Future. We don't win as say. I don't mean no year say we go you say. I don't mean yeah. But at the end of the day, there was some agreement that doesn't go well. You understand? I don't want to much go into more detail because of this social saga, these things that they are not doing into, which I don't like it. the truth is that it was a partnership business, and the agreement we reached wasn't going well because I cannot be walking, traveling here and there, doing so many things. And at the end of the day, it's like, oh, we are bringing things, a lot of things that are not supposed to be. Back bofito aru eva pa ma back bofito ipa we ki make egbe me obopa wo oloparo pa the way ki make egbe won yi yan wa. The me egbe we oba.
Yeah.
And more railway the understand.
Yes.
So the truth is that the partnership was no longer going well, and I decided to let go because there was a lot of interest group from one-sided angle that doesn't want anything to work for us, and I decided to pull out because here where so I decided to, and Outside TV have been a brain work. It has been on, just that I just let it to lie low. And Akonegbe was ever here.
True.
So how we make corny and no, I mean Ikweyo. But if you say still, I don't believe in quarreling. I don't have anything. If you ask me, I am still part of Visit Edo by blood flowing in me.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing you will say about Visit Edo without mentioning my name.
True.
Up to the moment, except from now on. But I didn't want it to be like that because I don't want a place where we don't play. Are you understand? If anybody we want to do this thing, how do I go about it? I tell you. If I want anything to tell you, okay, this one, how do we go about it? Okay, I tell you. Till today, I still receive calls about Visit Edo. I still talk to them. I've gone solo. I even did a promo on air that I've gone solo. Okay? So
Yes.
my new page is Awaken TV, which my new business company is Awaken Cultural Hub, number 1 Exotic Street off Airport Road, opposite Cultural Center here in Benin City. So the truth is that we are supposed to be family, but if somebody says no, not in my time, it will not work. No man is God. Let's go. So I choose to be solo about this whole thing. But we are still in one cause, one champion. We are still championing one cause. That this is what we are doing, and this is what we are known for. I'm not against anybody. I don't think anybody will be against me.
All right.
So, no, my brother.
You have said a lot. On a final note, let's quickly talk about how our traditional rulers in the rural area, like you said, you went to Iboleki at Owe. Then you are just coming back from Ososo. I think recently Igwe was held at Uronigbe. I don't know if you were there also.
I think because you see, when I've done that what do you call before, I've covered that festival before, so I don't like repeating. It's the same thing that is happening. So let me still touch other areas I've not gone to. Are you understanding me?
True.
And why? So I've been to Ososo before, done Ososo before, but at the same time, I still have to. Ososo a place that you cannot finish under 1 month. Different, because they are protecting their cultural values there. Are you understanding me? So now, yes, and apart from that, they are in the process of crowning their new Olo Ososo, which is like they are over there. Are you understanding? So I went for the chieftaincy title for the crown prince first. It's just like initiating our own crown prince into the Weibo, then the Dakenu Selu.
Yes.
And that is the we did that day. And I'll be going back for the coronation proper. Are you understanding me?
Okay.
So it is why I didn't go to Ikoleki in Urorigbe. I've been there, I've covered that event before now. So if any other new thing is coming up, I can still go there to showcase it again than going there to repeat things.
Because like I said, like what you just said at the beginning of this video when you came in, you said Edo is one. Edo is
one.
Akoko, Edo, Ora, Igban Ajoke and the rest of them. There is a festival that they always do in Ekuma. They call it Uda Festival. I don't know if you have heard about it. When I was in school, I used to see them preparing for the festival, but I was never opportune to attend any of the events because of academical works and all of those things. But I believe Uda Festival is one of those festivals that we must showcase to the world from the start of Edo State. And of course, you as a person, you have done a lot in promoting Edo culture and heritage over the years. Yes. And we will not take your effort for granted. Once again, I would like you to quickly talk about your how do I tell you, the extension of what you do at Aruse Cultural Hub, because I understand that this your cap, the T-shirt, the emblem for the suit, and all of that can be gotten from your place. Even the neck piece, there's a neck piece you wear that carries. So if people want to get it, how they can get it is part of the ways we can promote our culture. We are coming to an end of this conversation right away. Thank you, sir.
We about West Kakabo for this platform. Where our set TV Imadi remain the same, whether our set TV, whether I visited or anyone, I remain the same. Imadi where Ubone the Rowa Viyo True. Our set cultural hub is a place where you can actually identify with, mostly because for your arts souvenirs, mostly that has to do with dressing and all that, like all this kind of a thing. I have a lot of them, t-shirts, branded t-shirts, wear Laboke, we design different listing for you. Souvenirs, a lot of souvenirs about that. And you can always get all that from any locality, any community, to showcase your community in our program. We have a lot of followers, and it's a place where you now have over 30,000 followers. Where anywhere they see that documentary, you will see your indigenous that is all over the world will identify, these are my people, this is my place. So you can always call on us to come and shoot a documentary and talk about the historical monuments in your locality, your community, your dukedom. And we always do that in our cultural hub. And above all, you can call on us to let tell us about history. There are a lot of things that is coming up now that are seem to be forgotten. Now you see, somebody called me telling me about Ahwe game, and although I've been so busy, I've not been able to go on there, which is a very good one. We should all do everything to make sure we support that guy's initiative to Ahwe game. It should be sponsored. Then we have a lot of other, so many traditional things, artwork, bronze works, anything that has to do with art. Count on our cultural hub. You will always get it there. Okay,
one more thing. I think I saw one of your adverts where you cover events also, maybe engagement.
That has been my pioneer work. We cover events. We shoot adverts for you. You can call on us. We come to shoot in your place, showcase your businesses. I call that segment business corner. We call it business corner, and where you can showcase your business, put in your advert there and all that. We cover events, marriages, burials, naming ceremony, anything. We have a lot of cameras, equipment, production equipment. We shoot movies. We do a lot that we always want to let you know that me coming into our cultural hub, you will be glad that you are there, and you'll be sure of what you have come there for. So our office is just number 1 Exotic Street off Airport Road, opposite about Kenzo Cultural Center here in Benin City, Edo State. You can call us on the phone number 081 633 86369 or 080 559222832. On WhatsApp, those both numbers are on WhatsApp. So thank you so much.
He said, Wesley Baba, thank you for joining, for honoring my invitation to this platform, and thank you so much for all you have done in promoting Edo art, culture, and tourism. And I believe by the help of God, a lot of people will rise up directly and indirectly, and the support will be massive. And of course, we will see the desired change we have always envisaged for in promoting in terms of our art, culture, and tourism. And by the help of God, Edo State shall become the hub and the house of cultural display all over Nigeria and all over West Africa. Good night, sir. Oba Atokbei. He said, thank you. Thank you all for joining this conversation. I will not fail to appreciate every one of you who joined this conversation, those who shared our video, those who follow my page, those who always encourage me by your call, your comments, your messages. God will bless every one of you, and your desires will come to pass. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.